Hello, friends. It's Jessica here, and welcome back to Jessie Kate Creates. In today's video, I'm sharing with you guys 2 cards I recently made for a commissioned order. I had a friend reach out to me and let me know that she was going to a quinceañera, and so she needed a special birthday card. So we talked for a little bit about if there was a theme we wanted for the card, if there were any colors we needed to use, things like that. And she let me know that the theme for the party was Rose Royalty, which I absolutely love, and that the birthday girl's favorite color is pink. So that's kind of the information I had to work with. So I thought, okay, I need a pink rose-themed birthday card for a girl who's turning 15. So I had a couple different ideas in my head, and then I had to look through my stash and all my supplies to see what I could actually make. These cards did stretch my creativity a little bit, and I had to do a lot of mixing and matching. So older supplies with newer supplies. I used a lot of different brands together. But in the end, I am so happy with the way both of the cards turned out. So I'm going to flip the camera around so that we can get into these custom pink rose themed quinceañera cards. Okay, so let's jump in. Card number 1 was a shaker card. And I'm so happy with how this turned out. I think it really fits the pink rose royalty theme very well. So let's get into how I made this card. The first thing I did for this card actually was make the background, which is a flat shaker panel. So for the background of this panel, I used an embossing folder. I wanted a really simple background here, but still interesting. So of course I turned to an embossing folder. And I use the Spellbinders Leafy 3D folder. I've had this in my stash for a couple of years now. I really like it. Because I knew this was going to be a pink rose themed card, I wanted something floral for the background. And actually doing this project, I realized I don't have as many floral themed items as I thought I did. I especially don't have many rose themed items. So it had like an elegant floral feel to it, and I thought that could work with this card. So I embossed a panel of white cardstock, and then I just used a piece of leftover packaging, something like this that, probably had a stamp set inside of it or whatnot. But I used this to make the flat shaker panel. If you want to see a tutorial on how to do a flat shaker card, I will go ahead and link that up here so you can check that out. But I just filled my shaker card with some like pink glitter, and I don't know if you can tell, hopefully you can see it there. I also have some little clear glitter confetti pieces, and I thought that worked out really well inside this card. And I wish I could tell you where I get all of my glitter from, but I've collected it from so many random places over the years that a lot of it I'm not fully sure about. And this pink glitter is one of those where I honestly don't know where I got it from. If I can find something similar, I will try to go ahead and link it down below for you guys. So once I had the shaker panel made, next it was time to move on to the focal parts of this card. This, like I said, is for a quinceañera, so I knew I needed 15 on the card. So I went ahead and grabbed some number dies from my stash. This is really old. This was a large die of the month 4 years ago in February 2021, but any basic numbers die set could work here. I really like the size of these, so I just used these to cut out the 1 and the 5. And I cut those out of some like pinky rose gold glitter paper I picked up from Recollections in a pack. I picked this up maybe 2 years ago. If they still have it, I'll try to link it down below. On camera, it looks brown here, but it's this pretty pink color is one of the colors in this pack. And I thought that would work perfect for our pink theme. So I went ahead and cut those out. I also cut out the word fabulous. So it says 15 and fabulous. And that fabulous is from this Spellbinders Fabulous Birthday die set. I just thought all of these words would be really fun for making kind of like, I don't know, just sassy birthday cards for your girlfriends. So I really like this set, and I just used the and fabulous so that together it says 15 and fabulous in that pink glitter paper, which I think is so pretty. Now, one thing you might notice, initially I thought it was a little bit hard to read, so I backed it with some white cardstock. I just offset it a little to the side and down so that it was a little bit more legible. I think the camera is still struggling to pick it up, but it is more legible in person. And I really like how that looked. The final part for this card was the roses. We had to get the rose theme on here. And these roses that I made are from a very old die set. Here's the set. This, I'm pretty sure it's a Love Nicole die set. I know I picked this up at AC Moore, so I think it's Love Nicole. I didn't keep any of the packaging, so I don't know for sure. This is so old, y'all, because AC Moore hasn't existed for quite a few years now. This is just proof that you can mix and match anything in your stash to make a card. So these cut out roses and some leaves, and I cut them out of different shades of pink cardstock. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but I also did a little bit of shading with some ink on the edges of all of the roses and the leaves just to add a little bit more dimension to the card. And I'm really happy with how those turned out. So to fit these on the card, I thought they'd look really cute as just like little bundles of roses in the top and bottom corner. And then I put all of this onto a pink card base. This is from Recollections, I believe. And there we go. I cut out an extra rose and leaf for the inside of the card, and I left it blank so that they can write the perfect message to the recipient. Something else I will mention about this card, I have it popped up on a super thin layer of foam tape. It's 1mm foam tape, so it has a little bit of dimension, but not a ton. Now for all the roses and the leaves, stacking them up did add quite a bit of dimension to the card. So the rose that overhangs the most, I did put a little bit of foam tape behind it, but otherwise everything is glued down flat, and just having that many layers of cardstock on top of each other automatically creates dimension. To finish off these cards, I thought, like, this is a 15th birthday for someone who loves pink. We have to add a little bit of sparkle to really complete the card. So I added some little pink gems in the center of each of the roses. Those gems are from a very old set of gems in my stash. I have no clue where I picked these up. These have just been in my stash for so long. I'm trying to use up some of the older items in my stash. So this was the perfect opportunity to use some of these pink gems and add them to the roses. I love, love, love how this card turned out. So that was card number 1. Next, we're going to move on to card number 2. And the funny thing about this is card number 2 is the card that I initially set out trying to make, but I was really struggling with it, so I put it to the side, made this card, and once this was done, came back and made this card. So for this one, it's another shaker card. For this one, it just says 15. I made a little shaker panel by cutting out those same number dies, the same set, from some pattern paper in my stash. I had this old Valentine's Day paper from a Recollections paper pad. It had roses on it, very subtle, but it's just an embossed piece of paper. So I cut out 15, and I used those same pink confetti pieces behind the 15 here. This panel is popped up. And for the border of my little shaker piece, I have that same pink glitter paper. And to cut this out, I used Honeybee's, I don't know what this is. It's a scalloped die set, and this is for 5x7 cards. I don't know if I mentioned it. Both of these cards are 5x7. They are bigger cards. Usually if I'm making a custom card, I'm making it 5x7 because that's normally the size of a card you'll get at like a grocery store or something like that. And also, you know, someone might throw this away an hour after the party is over, but if they decide they want to keep it as a keepsake or maybe frame it, 5x7 cards fit beautifully in most 5x7 picture frames. So that's why I like to make custom cards as 5x7 cards. So anyway, I cut out the background with that as just a pretty scallop. And then I did the same idea with the roses in the top and bottom corner of the card. And I love how that turned out. I finished this card off the same way. Now I will say for the inside of the cards, I put the roses in opposite corners of where the roses are in the front of the card, just to prevent any singular corner from getting too bulky. And the funny thing about this is, like I said, initially when I was planning out this card, I wanted to make a card kind of like this, but I wanted the roses to be all along the bottom, and I was just having a hard time making that work. So I kind of planned out this card, mostly put it together. Then I came back to this card. I took a photo of each. I sent it to my customer and I asked her, which one do you like more? Which design would you prefer? And she liked them both so much. She was like, I want both of them. I'll give, the birthday girl one and my son will give her the other one. So I just thought that was really funny how that worked out. But yeah, I'm so happy with how both of these cards turned out. And you can see I love it when I make cards like this where they're like cousins. They're related, but they're not the exact same card. And a design like this really could work for anything. This could be a birthday card. You could change out fabulous for anniversary, and it could be an anniversary card. It could maybe be a retirement card if you changed out the number. Just a lot of options for this, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. I hope this video gives you a little inspiration for how to use some of the supplies that you have in your craft room. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, give it a thumbs up. That helps me so much with this algorithm. It helps other people to find me here on YouTube so they can join our crafty community. And if you like this video and you want to see all my future videos, then subscribe to the channel. And you can also ring that notification bell so that you get notified when I post new videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye.